Well, it's the end of April. The house is up for sale. We've got a conditional offer in on a condo in Woodstock. So we're met the point where the layout needs to come down. So this is a final look at the layout here at 120 McGinnis Drive in Brantford. And it will not be in the same configuration when we get to Woodstock. The room that is planned to be the layout room will be 28 foot wide by 10 foot deep, which is narrower than the layout is slightly by a few feet as it exists right now, and lengthwise as it exists right now will not fit in the room. So everything's got to come up, everything's got to be put away, tracks got to be detached, all the wiring pulled out, all the tortoise switch machines pulled out. I don't need to take any risk of damaging any track in the move. It's happened before. So here's the last layout. The quarry section will keep as it exists as a 4 by 8 foot extension. The rest will possibly get reutilized at some point in its original configuration. The scenicking above the tunnel is removable in 3 sections, so that will be reutilized somewhere else on the layout. Luckily, this is where all the scenery ended up stopping at, was at this point, so everything should hopefully come back up. I'll have some problems getting the foam up here because it's hot glued down for the incline, but hopefully it will come up without too much problems. The helix is what I'm regretting dealing with here. And I'll throw the light on. As it's 6.5 foot diameter, so I'm going to have to measure the doorway and make sure I can actually get it through in one piece if I detach it from the base. But tonight, after I finish with the video, all the buildings will get put away, start putting the trees away. Here's a long shot right from the wall, essentially, underneath the front foyer here at McGinnis. So I had a nice long run for the 88 car coal train and the other trains. But the helix will definitely be put back at the new place, so we'll still run a double deck. If I do have to rip the helix down to its individual components, I will run the third rail here as a storage track, because I have as much track in the helix as I do the main line on the upper and lower levels. So it's approximately 10 scale miles of mainline track, taking 15 minutes at a scale speed of 60 miles an hour to traverse one complete circuit of the layout in its current configuration. So with the 28 foot, we'll rebuild it as modular in a U-shape, possibly with a thin peninsula using a Y for the building, but we'll do a quick overview of the layout. before the batteries die on me. But right now I've got about 400 rolling stock that I have to put away in their individual jewel cases along with the locos. So it is going to be a few days worth of work just to get everything packed away, but we've got the open house showing on Sunday, so everything that can walk on its own has to be packed away down here in the train room. So end of one layout, and hopefully the beginning of another, learning the layout lessons of the track planning that are being learned here for the new place. And some of the hutch is gone and the desk is piled up with stuff that has to be packed away, but all the lights have to come down, the spots and the overhead fluorescents have to be pulled down before Sunday, before the open house. So lots of work. But once everything's packed or removed down to its individual boards and all wrapped up, then I can continue working on the buildings and other scenery aspects, such as tanks and things of that nature. But for the moment, this is the last. The layout will be seen as an intact entity. So fingers crossed for a successful firm offer on 120, so we can firm up our offer for the condo in Woodstock and go from there. So this is goodbye to the layout at 120.